The lights just went out. Your phone's dead. Your car won't start. And every electronic device around you has gone silent. This isn't a regular power outage. This is an electromagnetic pulse event, and the next 72 hours will determine whether your family survives or struggles through what could be months of grid-down chaos. I'm going to walk you through 13 critical actions you need to take immediately. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Right now. Because while everyone else is standing around confused, wondering what happened, you're going to be securing the resources that will keep your family alive. Let's get straight into it. Action 1. Confirm. It's actually an EMP. Before you activate every emergency protocol you have, take 90 seconds to confirm what you're dealing with. Power outages happen constantly. Trees fall on lines. Transformers blow. Storms knock out substations. But an EMP is different, and your response needs to match the threat. Step outside. Look around. Are multiple homes dark? Are street lights out as far as you can see? Listen carefully. Do you hear car alarms triggering randomly? That's a key indicator. Now test vehicles. Try your car. Won't start? Ask your neighbor to try theirs. If both vehicles were running fine 10 minutes ago and now neither will start, you're looking at something beyond a simple power failure. Check your battery-powered devices. Is your watch still working? Your flashlight? Good. But if your phone, laptop, tablet, and car are all simultaneously dead, not just powered down, but completely unresponsive and bricked, you're likely facing an electromagnetic event. This confirmation step matters because it determines everything that follows. A regular blackout means conserve and wait for crews to restore power. An EMP means activate every single preparedness measure immediately, because professional help isn't coming for weeks, possibly months. Take those 90 seconds, verify the scope, then commit fully to action. Action 2. Secure water within the first hour. Once you've confirmed an EMP, water becomes your absolute first priority. You have between 30 and 90 minutes before every tap in your house runs dry. City water systems depend entirely on electric pumps. When those pumps fail, residual pressure in the lines keeps water flowing briefly. Then it stops, and you're not getting it back anytime soon. Move fast. Open every faucet in your house and start filling containers. Pots, pitchers, clean trash bins, empty juice bottles, anything that holds liquid. Fill your bathtubs first. A standard bathtub holds approximately 50 gallons. That's nearly 2 weeks of drinking water for a family of 4. Don't forget your water heater. That tank contains 30 to 50 gallons of drinkable water. Shut off the intake valve first so it doesn't drain when city pressure drops. Then you can access that water through the drain valve at the bottom. Do the math. A family of 4 needs roughly 1 gallon per person per day, minimum for drinking. That's 4 gallons daily. If you capture 50 gallons in that first hour, you've just secured 12 days of drinking water. Add basic hygiene needs, and you're looking at a week to 10 days of security while everyone else is fighting over bottled water at stores that can't process transactions. Don't overthink this step. Just fill everything you can. You can purify questionable water later using bleach or boiling, but you cannot manufacture water from nothing. Get it now while it's flowing. Action 3. Preserve perishable food immediately. Your refrigerator just became a countdown timer. You have approximately 4 hours before it's essentially a warm cabinet. First rule, stop opening the fridge and freezer. Every time you open those doors, you lose about 10 minutes of cold. Treat them like sealed vaults from this moment forward. Ground beef, deli meat, dairy products, eggs. Cook it, consume it, or accept that you're losing it by tomorrow. Third, protect your freezer contents. A full freezer stays frozen about 48 hours if you keep it closed. Half full, maybe 24 hours. Extend this time by filling empty space with frozen water bottles or bags of ice. They act like ice blocks, slowing the thaw rate. If it's winter and temperatures are below freezing outside, move your freezer goods outdoors. Food will stay frozen longer in a 20-degree night than in a dead freezer that's slowly warming. Here's an old preservation trick. If meat is thawing and you can't cook it all, heavily salt it. Coat it completely. Salt preservation isn't perfect, but it buys you days instead of hours. Your ancestors used this method before refrigeration existed. Your dry goods, canned foods, and shelf-stable items are fine. But anything requiring cold storage is now your most valuable and vulnerable resource. The clock started the moment power died. Respect that clock. Action 4. Gather all physical cash. Digital money just became worthless. Every ATM is dead. Every card reader, every point of sale system, every payment app, all of it requires electricity and network connectivity. Both just vanished. For the next several days or weeks, the only functioning currency is physical cash and barter. Check your wallet, your emergency stash, that drawer where you toss loose bills. Gather every physical dollar in your house and secure it in one location. Most Americans carry less than $50 in physical currency. When systems fail, those people cannot buy anything because their wealth exists only in dead servers and disabled bank systems. Focus on small bills, ones, fives, tens, and 20s. In a breakdown scenario, nobody's making change for a $100 bill. They can't verify it's real, and they won't risk getting shorted. Keep $200 to $500 in small bills secured in a fire-safe location. Not because you're wealthy, but because cash moves goods when digital systems are down. Your dollars are worth more than gold right now, but only until everyone else figures that out. Don't broadcast that you have cash. Don't flash it around. Secure it, know where it is, and use it strategically when necessary. Action 5. Disconnect vehicle battery. Your car is probably dead or dying. Modern vehicles are computers on wheels, and EMPs destroy unshielded electronics. Anything built after the mid-1980s has electronic control units, computerized fuel injection, and digital ignition systems. An EMP cooks them all. If your vehicle was turned off when the pulse hit, some systems might have survived. But if damaged grid infrastructure surges when trying to restart, it could finish what the EMP started. If you're near your vehicle and it's safe to access, pop the hood and disconnect the battery. Remove both terminals. This isolates the electronics from potential power surges and allows you to assess damage later without causing additional harm. If you own an older vehicle from the pre-1980s era, especially something mechanical with minimal electronics, you might still have working transportation. Old diesel trucks, classic cars with points-based ignition, anything mostly metal and mechanical often survives EMPs because there's minimal digital circuitry to damage. Understanding your transportation options shapes every decision going forward. If you can't drive, you're staying local. Plan accordingly. Action 6. Create Faraday protection for essential devices. Not everything got fried in the pulse. Some devices survived because they were off, unplugged, or shielded. Your job now is protecting what's left and any backup devices you have. A Faraday cage blocks electromagnetic radiation. You don't need a laboratory. You need a metal container and basic insulation. Simplest method, use a metal trash can with a tight-fitting lid. Line the inside with cardboard so devices don't touch the metal directly. Direct contact creates a conductive path that defeats the purpose. Place your backup radio, spare batteries, old cell phone, and flashlights inside. Seal it tight. Alternative method, heavy-duty aluminum foil. Wrap your device in cloth first, then completely encase it in 3 layers of foil with the shiny side facing in. A working radio might be your only information source. A functioning flashlight could provide light for months. Spare batteries could power essential devices when everyone else's are depleted. Protect the right tools now, the ones that extend your capability, awareness, and safety in the weeks ahead. Action 7. Establish in-person communication with family. Your phone is dead. Text messages don't exist. You cannot call to check if anyone's okay. The infrastructure connecting you to everyone you care about just vanished. This is where pre-planning saves relationships and possibly lives. You need a rally point established with your family now, not something you figure out when disaster strikes. Designate an actual physical location where everyone converges if communication fails. For my family, it's our home. If something happens during work hours, my wife knows I'm coming home, and I know she's doing the same. We don't wander searching. We converge on the predetermined location. If you have kids in school, understand the school's emergency protocol. Most institutions have reunification plans. They keep children safe on site until parents arrive to collect them. Second layer, identify a backup meeting point. If home is inaccessible due to damage or danger, where's Plan B? A relative's house? A specific landmark everyone knows? Third layer, designate an out-of-state contact. In regional disasters, long-distance communication lines often work when local ones don't. Choose one family member or friend outside your area as the information hub. Everyone attempts to check in with them, and they relay messages between family members. Establish these protocols tonight at dinner. Make sure everyone knows them. Quiz your kids. Rehearse it like a fire drill. Action Op. 8. Conduct complete inventory and begin rationing. You've secured water and protected food. Now you need to know exactly what you have and how long it will last. This is survival mathematics. Go through your pantry, fridge, freezer, and cabinets. Write everything down. Every can, every box, every jar. Note quantities and caloric content if possible. The average adult needs approximately 2,000 calories daily to maintain weight and energy. You could survive on less, but performance drops. Decision-making suffers. Physical capability decreases. Do the math. If you have 15,000 calories total and you're feeding 2 people at normal consumption rates, that's 3.5 days. But ration down to 1,500 calories per person daily, and you've stretched it to 5 days. 2 extra days to figure out resupply or find rescue. Start thinking about meals differently. You're eating for fuel, not pleasure. Rice and beans, pasta with canned sauce, oatmeal with peanut butter. Boring, but effective and calorie dense. You'll also need to make decisions about sharing. If neighbors ask for food, what's your threshold? Decide now before someone's hungry child is standing at your door. Rationing extends security. The longer your supplies last, the more options you have for adaptation and survival. Action 9. Secure your home and establish perimeter awareness. When systems collapse, human behavior changes rapidly. Not everyone becomes dangerous, but enough people panic that security becomes a real concern. Your home is your stronghold. Treat it that way. Take inventory of all entry points: doors, windows, garage, basement access. Lock everything. Board up ground floor windows if you have materials available. You're removing easy opportunities for desperate people. Assess what you have for defense: a baseball bat, heavy flashlight, pepper spray, or bear spray. Something is better than nothing, but understand the legal and practical implications of whatever you choose. If you're with family or neighbors you trust, establish a watch schedule. Someone stays aware while others sleep. 4 hours on, 4 hours off. Exhaustion destroys judgment and reaction time. Stay low profile. Don't advertise what you have. No lights blazing if you have a generator. No cooking smells if you're the only one with food. The gray man principle applies. Blend in and appear as struggling as everyone else around you. Build alliances with trusted neighbors. A connected block is safer than isolated houses. Watch each other's backs, share information, and coordinate security, but be discerning. Not everyone handles crisis well. Some panic, some take advantage of chaos. Use careful judgment when deciding who to trust. Action 10. Establish alternative sanitation. This is the topic nobody wants to discuss, but it becomes critical by day 3. When water stops flowing, toilets stop flushing. Sewage systems back up. Sanitation failures create disease risks that kill more people than hunger in many disaster scenarios. If you have water stored, don't waste it flushing toilets. You need that water for drinking. Instead, create alternative sanitation immediately. Simplest method: 5-gallon bucket with a toilet seat lid. Line it with heavy-duty trash bags. When the bag is half full, seal it and store it away from your living space until disposal becomes possible. If you have a yard, you can dig a latrine. Make it at least 200 feet from any water source and downhill from your home. Dig down 2 to 3 feet. Create privacy screening. Cover waste with dirt after each use. Maintain hand hygiene obsessively. Use hand sanitizer if water is limited. Disease spreads rapidly in unsanitary conditions. Dysentery, cholera, and other waterborne illnesses have killed more people in grid-down scenarios than violence. This isn't pleasant to think about, but it's absolutely essential. Plan for it now, before it becomes an emergency within the emergency. Action 11. Monitor information sources. In an EMP scenario, information is survival currency. Knowing what's happening beyond your immediate area helps you make better decisions about safety, movement, and resource allocation. If you protected a battery-powered or hand-crank radio in a Faraday cage, retrieve it now. Tune to NOAA weather radio frequencies and AM stations. Government emergency broadcasts typically come through these channels. Listen at regular intervals, but don't drain batteries staying tuned in constantly. Set a schedule. Top of every hour for 10 minutes. Note any important information. Then, power down. If you have a CB radio or ham radio equipment that survived, these become invaluable for local communication and information gathering. Even if you're not a licensed operator, in a true emergency, those regulations become secondary to survival. Watch for patterns in your neighborhood. Are people evacuating? Are supplies being distributed somewhere? Is there organized response developing? Information prevents you from operating blind. It helps you understand whether this is a localized event or something affecting the entire region. It tells you whether help is coming or if you're on your own for the long term. Action 12. Begin manual climate control planning. Depending on the season and your location, temperature control could become life-threatening within days. If it's summer and you're in a hot climate, cooling becomes essential. Open windows at night when temperatures drop. Close them and cover windows during the day to block heat. Create cross-ventilation. Move to the lowest level of your home where it's naturally cooler. If it's winter, heating is critical. Identify the smallest room in your home that you can effectively heat with available resources. Bring your family into that one space at night. Body heat from multiple people in a small insulated room can raise temperatures significantly. If you have a fireplace or wood stove, excellent. But use fuel conservatively. If you don't, consider safe alternative heating like a kerosene heater with proper ventilation, or focus on insulation and layered clothing. Never use outdoor grills or generators indoors. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills silently and quickly. If you're burning anything for heat, ensure adequate ventilation. Extreme temperatures kill. Plan for climate control based on your specific environment and season. Action 13. Establish long-term mindset and routine. This final step separates those who survive intact from those who merely stay alive. An EMP isn't a 3-day blackout. Recovery could take months or even years depending on the severity and scope of damage. You're not in short-term survival mode. You're in sustainable living mode, and that requires routine and structure. Establish a daily schedule. Wake time, meal times, work tasks, security shifts, rest periods. Structure prevents psychological collapse. Humans need rhythm, especially in chaos. Assign roles to everyone. Who handles water collection, food preparation, security, information monitoring? Divide responsibilities so everyone contributes. Idle people become problems. Set small, achievable goals. Today, reinforce the back door. Tomorrow, inventory the shed for useful tools. Next week, establish a rain catchment system. Progress maintains morale and hope. Plan for mental health. Boredom and fear are as dangerous as hunger. If you have books, read them. Board games, play them. Musical instruments, use them. Maintaining humanity and culture matters as much as stockpiling calories. The grid might return in 3 months, 6 months, or a year. When it does, you want to survive intact as a person and a family, not just barely alive.